Old school tractor and a bit of pizza. Oh, yes. So first up is Sugar Beetchopper. This is by Lamai, 14.29 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under production chains. Now, this is going to cost you 75 grand to place down, and it's going to be doing the chopping of the beets for you. So you got your loading in point for your sugar beets just there, you got your production chain menu just there, you got your loading in point for your water, and you've got a taken out point there, and then a spout the other side, because this is going to give you two different things. But to be fair, it's going to give you three different things as an output. So it's going to give you digestate, stones, and then obviously your sugar beet cut. So your digestate is going to come out of that pipe, and we'll come around this side where this pipe is. Your stones and your sugar beet cut is going to be coming out of there. Now, to be fair, I backed up a trailer, nearly drove into it, because obviously this hopper is empty if you haven't got any sugar beets in. So just be a little bit careful when you're reversing back, otherwise you're going to crash your trailer into it. But alright, fair enough. Next up is Small Compost Production. This is by Weekend Farmers Taxis, 0.75 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, well, the first part of it anyway, is going to be found under silos. So that's your compost silo 8x8 meter. We then come across to this one, which is going to be under your factory. So this is the old packing unit. Yeah, right, fair enough. Now, there's two required mods for this. You're also going to need the additional field types by Wessel and the empty pallet and box production by Weekend Farmer Texas, which I've got over there. Because for the packing plant, you're going to need, well, let's face it, you're going to need the pallets. The empty pallets, that comes out of the old empty pallet factory. Fair enough. Now, obviously, that's the empty one I've got set up here. You can come along here and obviously dump your stuff in, which is then going to need to be compacted. Now, there's a few different things that you can put in here. So you can put in chaff, grass, hay, straw, wood chip, forage, pig food, manure, silage, and organic waste. Well, it says and organic waste because it actually turns into organic waste, but okay. And then you compact it down, you know, jobs are good, and then you put your blanket over it, it ferments, and it's done. Right, so we have got our blanket. We can open the silo up. There we are. Did have a little bit of spillage, mind you, but okay, fair enough. So let's go and bag some stuff up. So we're going to need to, I don't know if I'm going to pick up the stuff at the front. We'll lift that up a little. There we are. So we'll drop that down like that. Now we're getting it. Now we're getting it. That's it. 5,000 litres of compost. Oh, job's good. Oh, that's a good bump. Whoa, easy. Dear, oh dear. Just lower that down a little bit more balanced. So we need to get that. Now, does it go in there, or does it go? Is this going to go on the floor, or am I going to end up making a right mess? Oh no, we're all right. All right, so that's going in like that. So that's great. I thought we might have to get it into that little spout, mind you, but okay, fair enough. So we put the compost in, which is great. We now need to go and put the pallets in, and to be fair, these pallets, you can't get the pallet forks in it, so I've had to do a little bit of a workaround. There we are. Right, so jobs are good. So now we've got our compost done. I mean, you can potentially sell that. I mean, it does say you can sell it at any point, any normal sell point. So if you have a look there, we obviously got the compost packing plant, which is where we are right now. We also sell it at the harbour selling station, multi-purpose buying station. So obviously that's great. You can sell it pretty much where you'd normally sell your bulk products, which is great. So we're going to come over here. We're going to make some pallets. We're going to bag some up. So we're going to go in. We're going to turn that on. Yes, I mean 240 cycles a month. I mean, that shouldn't take that long. We've got 9 litres already. So all right, let's speed it up till we get a pallet out. So there we are, roughly 1 in-game hour. I mean, obviously we've got it on 0.5. I mean, I did speed it up, slowed it back down, jobs are good. And then we get the pallet of quality compost. So we put compost in, and you put it into a bag. That makes it quality compost. I'm assuming that adds something to it. So let's have a little look. So we got, so what, 100 and, well, 196 there. We got the multi-purpose buying station for the compost. So what if we go down to the old quality compost? Is that making it any more profitable? Where are we? Queues. We'll go for the queue. PIM, M&O, there we are. There we are. Quality compost. So 827. That's not bad. That's like 4 times better just by putting it in some bags. All right, fair enough. Right, next up, you've got Specialised Food Productions. This is by Stroutmont, 11.12 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under production chains. So we've got a specialised bakery, which is going to be doing the usual bakery shenanigans and a little bit extra. We then got a pizzeria. I think you can understand what we're making there. Pizzas it is. And then on the end, we've got the specialised salad production. Yeah, not too interested in the salad one, mind you. Pizza one, right up my street, but okay, fair enough. So the old specialised bakery, got your production chain menu just there, loading in point at the front just there, and obviously got your pallet spawn point around the back. And obviously it's going to do your usual productions, yeah, your bread, your cakes and whatever, plus what we've got here. So we have got some pastries and we've got some cheesecake. Indeed. So if we go down to the old specialised bakery, so you got your bread, you can make twice as much bread, and then fair enough, and then obviously out the rice flour as well. Then we've got our pastries. This is what we've gone for. This is one of the new ones. So you're going to need flour, eggs and butter, and you're going to be making, well, it says pastries. It's got a picture of a croissant there. All right, so you can use your standard flour or your rice flour. And then we've got the cheesecakes here. So you can make 4 cheesecakes with chocolate, 4 cheesecakes with sugar. Oh, I'm not quite sure. I'd go for both. I mean, they're both going to taste great. And then obviously you come down to the bottom. You've also got a 5 cheesecake pack. So obviously this is going to be the quantity coming out. So obviously you've got 30 cheesecakes coming out of that one. You've got 21 coming out of that one. So you're going to need goat's cheese, eggs, and then either chocolate or sugar. Right, fair enough. So cheesecake, pastry, we're good to go on that one. Not a problem. Now, pizzeria. Got your loading in point just there. Got some pallets just waiting to be loaded in. So fair enough. And around here is your production chain menu and then your pallets of pizza. Now this is an interesting one because these are all the same. It's one output of pizza. Now if you go into here, there's a lot of, well, I say a lot. There's a few ingredients just for making one thing, but all right. So you've got buffalo mozzarella, cheese, chili peppers, eggs, flour, garlic, oyster mushrooms, rice flour, and then tomatoes. So depending on which one you go for, depends on, obviously, what you need to put in. Now, I'm thinking probably the cheese one is going to be the easiest. I mean, they're all going to be well, to be fair, that's making 6 pizzas. That's making 10 pizzas with the oyster mushrooms. That's making 6 as well. So I'd say up to you. I mean, that one's going to be the easiest. Flour, eggs, tomatoes, and cheese. As you can well imagine, the old margarita pizza. I'm well down for a bit of margarita pizza. Not a problem. Then we'll come on to the healthy option. Yeah, not sort of in my wheelhouses, being a healthy option. So you got your loading input just there. Obviously, you got your pallet spawn point just here. We can be making some salad premium, and then also some salad. Right, now none of these pallets you can pick up. I've got the liftable pallet mod on, and they're still coming out at 400 kilos. So you will need a forklift truck, but for the old salad premium, see, again, this is a bit like the pizzas. You can be putting in all sorts. So buffalo mozzarella, canned peas, goat's cheese, lettuce, preserved beetroot, preserved carrot, preserved parsnips, spinach bags, spring onions, and tomatoes. But all you're going to be making is salad or premium salad. So I would probably just go for the one that takes the easiest amount of stuff to be putting in. That's just entirely up to you. You know, you go for whichever one you want. So it's salad. Yeah, that's the sort of thing you leave on your plate when you're at the restaurant. I mean, this one, mind you, and to be fair, you come here for your tea, have a bit of pizza, and then go get some cheesecake for afters. Why not? Well, if you look at the prices, you're actually, to be fair, fairly decent. I mean, you've got the cheesecake there. They're selling for about 8.5 grand a pallet. So the pastries are going for just above 6 grand, so maybe 6.2 on average. We then got the pizzas, which is, wow, 20, 22, 23 grand a pallet. That is not bad at all. And then we come down to the salad. Salad's an interesting one because salad, 21 grand, 22 grand, depending on where you're taking it. Premium salad, 23, 24. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I probably wouldn't eat it, mind you, but selling it off, premium salad, pizza for the win. Right, next up is Dynamic Objects. This is by Squiggles, 23.78 megabyte on the download, and this is a more of a roleplay immersive style of things, because there is 50 different things in this pack, and basically they're there to add an element of doing something a little different. So for instance, you could go and buy a stone statue at the shop and then take it to someone's house, that sort of thing. Now all these things here are going to be strap-a-downable, if that's even a word. So you can put it on a trailer, strap them down, jobs are good. Now obviously you just get one out in the wild, you just well, I say just I mean, I can't even get it on there. There we are. Can we a bit further in? Oh no. Actually, can we pick it up? Oh, we can. Oh, there we are. So you don't even need a forklift truck. Just pick it all up, put it onto a trailer, strap it down, go and deliver it at someone's house. I mean, to be fair, if you're into the whole roleplay sort of thing, that is a great thing to be doing. Because you've got all sorts here. I mean, you got what, medium dunnage, you got open crates, you got pipe work. If you want to go down the road of like doing some construction work for the council or something like that. All right, fair enough. Well, next up is the Frontloader 7090 pack. This is by Thomas Modding and Aratori 24, 8.27 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Frontloaders. Now, it's going to cost you $4,500 to buy. It requires 70 horsepower from your tractor, but there is a note. It says this is designed to go with the 7090 and not to another front loader. Whilst the front loader 7090, it would be appropriate attach it only to a tractor with front loader 7090 ready attached, but temporarily it's possible to attach against other tractors with default console. Right, that didn't seem to be in standard English, but okay, we'll give it a go. So basically, this is going to attach to a standard quickie front loader attachment on your tractor. No problem. Now, obviously, to go on front of this, we've got a manure fork, right, fair enough, 680 litre capacity for 900. We've also got a universal bucket with a 680 litre capacity for 900, and then we've got a bale spike on the end, right, for also 600. So also 600? The others were 900. Right, fair enough. Now, I've gone and got a little Fendt, which has got the standard quickie front loader attacher on it. Now, obviously, just drive in, attach it. Now, I will say, right, after a while, you lift it up like that, those support legs are going to go down like that, no problem, and then you get the option to detach. Just take a bit of a while. I mean, it's going for its thing, now it's thinking about it, now it's done its legs. Great. Come on, when we're ready, there we are. Do we need to move out the way for that? Alright, fair enough. So next up is the Massey Ferguson MF1840 Baler. This is by Rooster Mods, 5.46 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under balers. Now, it's got 50 horsepower requirement for your tractor, 6 mile an hour working speed, and it's going to do your baby bales, 120 centimetre, and it's going to cost you 22 grand if you don't have the optional extra, which is going to be your bale type. So you're going to kind of need that at some point anyway, whether you get it already filled up or get the pallet from the shop. You are going to need that. The options are going to be Lizard, Trelleborg, and then Lizard on the tyres. You then got your designs. You've got none, Heston, so it puts that little sticker on the front. Heston Class 1, which sort of makes things jump around, mind you, but all right, fair enough. And then Heston 70th Anniversary. And then back to nothing. Then you've got warning equipment. So you've got your SMV triangle on the back just there, or nothing. Numbering is going to go number 1 all the way up to number 9. You can have your bale twine, or you can have it empty. Then you can have your chute, which is going to be standard, or then quarter turn out to the side. Now, this has got a trailer hitch on the back, and that means it can hook up to something, which takes us to our next mod, which is by the same modder, Rooster Mods, and it's the John Deere 1075 Hay Wagon, 5.82 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under trailers. Now, this is going to do 153 baby bales. That is all right. That is all right indeed. Now, it's saying it's going to do 80 to 160 centimetre, but all right, fair enough. 8 grand to buy. You do have the option to have it as auto load or your standard strap version. You can then have the design as pre-1976 and then post-1976. So obviously you go for whichever one you want. Although saying that, if you go for the no straps, that's when it's going to be able to do your standard, well, I say standard. I mean, 160 is not really a standard size bale, but okay, fair enough. Then you got your head rack, yes or no, so that bit on the back. Then you got your SMV, saying that, head rack, no, is going to cost you 300 more. All right, fair enough. And then you got your SMV triangle, yes or no. Got your wood colour, which is obviously going to be your wood, or you could have it as green, so that's going to be your bed. And then your wood colour again, going to do the back bit. Right, fair enough. So obviously this is going to hook up to the old Massey Ferguson baler, like we've got here. Right, let's get some baby bales auto-loaded. So we're going to turn on the baler. First you need to unfold it. Right, okay, so we'll unfold it out. There we are. There's the chute. We're going to turn that on. We're going to lower the pickup. That's great. So that's going to be starting doing its old baling shenanigans. They're going to move on to the back trailer. We're going to do operating position. We're going to press X, put it into transporting position. No, tell a lie. That means it's going to be going into transport position if we press it again. So we're ready to go. So let's give it a go. Get some straw baby bales on the go. There we are. So first one coming out. So that should just plop it up there like that. There we are. Oh, fair enough. We're doing baby bales. Oh, why not? I mean, baling and loading all in one. I mean, to be fair, if you're doing baby bales, this could be right up your street. That's ace. Oh, I do like that. Right, next up is the Kröger TAW30. This is by Hispano, 5.05 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under trailers. Now, it's got a 45,000 litre capacity, 79.5 gram price tag if you don't go for the Trelleborg tyres. So the Vredesteins are the standard. Okay, so you got your Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, and back to Trelleborg is the only ones that cost extra. All right, fair enough. Your main colour is obviously going to be your main colour. Your design colour is going to be doing your chassis. And then your rim colour is going to be doing your rims. All right, fair enough. Well, next up is the Samson Agro PG2 pack. This is by Hispano, 21.51 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under slurry tankers. Now, the first one, the PG220, got a 20,000 litre capacity, requires 200 horsepower from your tractor, 9 mile an hour working speed, and 120 gram price tag if you don't go for the wide tyres. Right, fair enough. So you got your Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, and the back Trelleborg again. Although it's giving you the wides as the standard version, but okay, fair enough. You got your main colour, which is going to be, let's face it, everything, and then the rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. Now, this is a slurry spreader, and to be fair, you're going to need a boom to go on the back, whether it's like a dribble hose or a sprayer, something like that. You're going to need something to go on the back, but no problem. Now, if you're thinking this is a little bit small, well, they've got you covered with an even bigger one, the PG225. Same options as before, but obviously a 25,000 litre capacity, and it also requires 250 horsepower, and it's a little bit more expensive, 142 grand. But like the smaller version, you are going to need some sort of implement to be spreading it on the ground. But okay, no problem. Next up is the Unia Grudziadz U417 U418. This is by Hatchtow, 11.11 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under cultivators. Now, this requires 30 horsepower from your tractor. It's got a 2.1 metre working width and a 6 mile an hour working speed for 1,400. I mean, small farming shenanigans, don't get me wrong, 2.1 metre, 1,400 to buy. That is cheap as chips. Oh, I do like that. So you then got your options, so we can have a bigger version, a 2.8 metre, which requires 45 horsepower, and then back to the original 30. You then got your cultivation rollers. So you got with flat springs, string roller, double roller, and then without the roller. You then got your old type of wheels, new type of wheels. You then got your wheels backwards or wheels forwards. All right, fair enough. You then got your warning signs, so type 1 both, type 1 left, right, type 2 both, type 2 left, and then right, and then nothing. Then you got attacher types, you got new type or old type. You then got your drill coulters, you got stills, goose feet, or back to stills. You got your coulter frame colour, we'll go for red. It's going to do that bit. Your teeth colour, we'll go for grey. Why not? Going to do those bits. And then the roller frame, if we'd left the roller frame on, there we are, is going to be doing, obviously, the roller frame. Fair enough. And you got the roller colour itself, We'll go for dark grey. You're going to do the roller. Well, what do you call it? So you got the frame, and then you got the actual roller part itself. Right, no problem. I mean, to be fair, 2.8, still small farming shenanigans, but that's looking all right. Right, next up is Trailed Harrows 9. This is by Philip Player 54, 9.27 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under cultivators. Now, this requires 100 horsepower from your tractor. It's got a 9 meter working width and a 9 mile an hour working speed for 10 grand. You can then change your wheel setup. So you've got your standard 2, and then back to your standard. You've got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour. The design colour is going to be doing the bits that go in the ground, and then the rim colour is obviously the rims. I mean, that's all right. I mean, 100 horsepower for a 9 meter. That is all right indeed. Next up is the Kverneland IXtrack T4. This is by Hispano, 50.51 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under sprayers. Now, it's got a 4,600 litre capacity, 18 metre working width, and 11 mile an hour working speed for 66.5 grand to buy. You can then change the working width up to 24 metre, 28 metre, 32 metre, 36, 40, and then back to 18, 40 metre with a 4,600 litre capacity. You're going to need to fill it up quite a lot, you must admit. You then got your wheel branch, you got your Sennebogen, Michelin, Continental, Vredestein, and back to Sennebogen again. Well, Sennebogen is the only one with narrows or standards. The rest you just got standards, but okay, fair enough. Your main colour is going to be your main colour of the tank. Your design colour is going to be doing the framework there. You then got your rim colour again. Well, it's a rim colour again. You got your rim colour, which is going to be doing your rims. I remember this in 22, so it's great to see it back. So next up is the Fendt Sennebogen Telehandler. This is by Just Farming, 12.61 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Telehandlers. Now, this has got some interesting animations. We'll just say that. 170 horsepower engine, 24 mile an hour top speed, and 150.5 grand to buy. You then got the options of Sennebogen, Michelin, Continental, BKT, Vredestein, and then Sennebogen on the tyres. There's a couple of different versions if you go for some different brands. Okay, fair enough. Engine grille. So spin it back down that side. So you've got yes or no. So puts that grille there. Additional lights on the front. Fair enough. Exhaust cover. Spin it around the back. There we are. Got the exhaust cover just there. Then got without fender, or front fender, or back fender, or both fenders, or then back to without. Then you got the option of trailer hitch or 3-point. This could be the ultimate tractor if you go for the 3-point. Now, the name of the mod is Fendt Sennebogen because exactly the same options, exactly the same specs. You could have the Sennebogen version. So it's entirely up to you which one you go for. Now, whichever one you go for, there's 4 different control groups. So we've got your telehandler, you've got your doors and steering wheel, your seat, and then your mirrors and engine flaps. Now, obviously, you've got your standard shenanigans with your telehandler, but if you go LB and right stick up and down, which lifts, obviously, the cab up. But if you notice his left foot, it's actually going on the button to raise it up and down. That is ace. So then if we go into the next one, and go LB and right stick up and down, it's going to be the door, but it's using his hand to open the door. That's awesome. That really is. And if we go to the next one, which is going to be the terminal, we'll spin it around. So it's actually going to be the terminal inside. So if we go LB and right stick up and down, it's going to be the seat. Obviously he moves backwards and forwards with that. That's not a problem. LB and RB together and right stick left and right. He's tilting the terminal with his own hand. That is awesome. I mean, obviously you got your mirrors and whatever shenanigans on the go. And then we come down to the old engine flap. LB and right stick up and down. Ah, dear oh dear. We can go and facilitate fixing it up, giving it a little bit of a service. Oh, that is ace. I mean, just that bit there, lifting it up, putting a foot on the button there just to lift it up and down. The animations on this mod, awesome, absolutely awesome. And next up is the Manitou MLAT533. This is by Just Farming, 18 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Telehandlers. Now, It's got 143 horsepower engine, 24 mile an hour top speed, and a 69 nice grand price tag. The only options is going to be to have fenders, yes or no. They're going to be the ones on the front. All right, fair enough. Now, telehandler, articulated, good luck. Right, next up is the Lizard 65032. This is by Armour Hell, 83.08 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it on the trucks. Oh, old school beastie truck, must admit. 350 horsepower engine, 55 mile an hour top speed, and a 17,000 litre grain tank on the back. 56 grand, well, and a bit of change is going to be the price tag. You can then change the engine output. You can go up to 600, which is all right indeed. Then you've got your wheel setups, you've got your standard again, although they're not standard, they're awesome. Then standard 2, and then back to oh no, I like number 1. They look hazy. Off-roading tires on that. That is awesome. Facing configurations, we've got design 1, 2, and then back to 1. All right, what's changing on that? Is it round the back? I mean, it doesn't seem to be changing a lot, mind you. It's flickering as we're going through it. All right, it is what it is. You then come down to light configurations. You've got 1, 2, and then ones. You've got round or square ones. You then got your main color, which is going to be, well, let's face it, it's going to be your cab. There we are. Design color on the back. Do you know what? We're going to make it an army truck. It's going to do that bit. Your hood color. It's not really done anything. I mean, the hood stayed the same color, but that's gone for grey. All right, it is what it is. What about inside? No, nothing in there? All right, fair enough. Then you've got your rim colour. Oh, no, I'm on the license plate. Too far down. There we are. Rim colour is obviously going to be your rims. To be fair, that looks like an army truck. All right, that looks awesome. Those tyres just make it proper off-roading truck. Oh, love it. Well, next up is the CLAAS IH7200 series. This is by Matt26, 38.57 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under medium tractors. Now, this is a blast from the past. I remember this from 22 anyway. 188 horsepower engine, 24 mile an hour top speed, and an 88 grand price tag. If you don't go for the top spec version. There we are. So it came in 188. That's not the standard version then. So 155. They're trying to get you to buy something extra already. No, right. Let's go back to the zero. Let's go back to standard. Right, there we are. So that's your standard version. That's your 88 grand. You can then change the configuration. So we can go to a 500 kilo front weight, 900 kilo, 1300, 1700, 710, 1250, front loader attacher, and then back to your standard. You've got your engine setup. So starts off at 155, then goes to 170, 188, then 190, 207, 214, 234, 239, 249, 261, then to a 200, but a Steyr version, and then 224 as a Steyr, 254, 276, and then back to the original. So you got your case through the years. Let's face it, that's what it looks like. You got the different liveries, we call it that, different stickers down the side, then obviously going into a Steyr version as you get a bit further along. Right, no problem. So you got wheel brands, you got Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, and then back to Mitas again. I mean, we've got a few different versions on the go. I mean, you've got your rear twins, you've got your twins all round. You know the shenanigans by now. Then you've got your front type designs of type 1A, B, 2A, 2B, 3A, 3B, 4A, 4B. And then back to 1. So it's going to be your lights and then the grille on the side. Different configurations going through there. So you got your fenders. You've got number 1, number 2. Then back to number 1s. The squared or curved versions. Beacon lights. So we've got yes. Yes again. So left and right. And then both. And then back to nothing. Front loader attachers. You got your quickie, your Hauer, and then nothing. And then that's all your options. And next up is the International 1455 1255 XL. This is by Herkrupp and G Master, 21.65 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under small tractors. Now, it's got a 125 horsepower engine, 24 mile an hour top speed, and a 42,390 price tag. You can then change the engine output up to 145, then back to 125. So that's your two options: 145, 125. Then you got your Sennebogen, Vredestein, and then Sennebogen again on the old tyres. I mean, you got also, I mean, to be fair, the wides, they're looking all right on that, I must admit. Wides and standards. Then you got exhaust systems. You got your series exhaust enamelled, steel pipe straight, and then back to your enamel version. Straight pipe your tractor, why not? Then you got weight carrier on the front. You got front weight, front hydraulic, and then back to your weight carrier. Then you've got your air filter system. So you've got your standard, you've got your cyclone filter low, cyclone filter high, and then back to your standard one. And then the only colour option is going to be for your rims. Right, next up is the Fiatagri Series 90. This is by Edamod, CR82 and Baffo Farming. 63.99 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under medium tractors. Now, this has got a 160 horsepower engine, 21 mile an hour top speed, and a 43.5 grand price tag. Although you can change the engine output. So we go for a 180 and then back to 160. See, that's your two options. So 180 is always better than 160 anyway. You then got your options on tyres. You got your Sennebogen, Michelin, Continental, Vredestein, Nokian, and then back to Sennebogen again. And you got your usual shenanigans on the go. I mean, they look all right. I mean, you got your standard tyre and then some narrow twins on the outside. I do like them. And you obviously carry on, go for whichever ones you want. But I like those. So we're going to go for that. You then got your rear hydraulic configuration. So you've got mechanical rear arm or hydraulic. And obviously, that doesn't really make much difference in the game. More for the aesthetic, mind you. But all right, you go for whichever one you want. Then you've got low air filter. And then got high air filter with forced intake. Open pipe exhaust with low air filter. Yeah, it's exhaust and air filter situations. So you go for whichever one you want. So fenders, so you've got none, only front, only rear, only side and back, no side back. You've got no rear, and then all of them, and then back to none of them. No, let's go for all of them. That looks all right, actually. You got beacon lights, you've got left, right, nothing, both, and then back to left. Then you've got grille configurations. You've got white and white, black and black, black and white, white and white again. Then you've got front hydraulic attachers. You've got weight holder, front weight with rod, front hydraulics, and then back to your weight holder. And then that's your options. I must admit, this is looking ace. With those two different style of tyres all at the same time, this is looking good. But it has got a good sound to it as well. So let's give it a start up. Oh, that's definitely an old school tractor start up. I mean, I do like that. That's ace. I mean, we've got a little bit of a... Actually, what have we got here? LB and right stick left and right. You can do the back window. Let's start up, though. That's ace. Oh, I do like that. I mean, with the two style of tyres on, that's awesome tractor. Next up is the John Deere 1630 and Tools. This is by ARM Team, 7.28 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under small tractors. Now, this has got a 70 horsepower engine, 18 mile an hour top speed, and a 12 grand price tag. And to be fair, that looks ace. Just have one of these knocking around your yard. So you got your Sennebogen, Michelin, Continental, Midas, Vredestein, and then back to Sennebogen again. We've got four-wheel drive, narrow tyres and four-wheel drive, rear narrow twins, rear narrow and four-wheel drive, and then back to your standard. Right, no problem. You then got your front loader attacher, so you've got stall or nothing. Now, you may want this one anyway for the rest of the pack, because it comes with a Stoll 910 front loader. It's only going to cost you £1,000. So obviously this is definitely a little setup for knocking around your yard. Here we go. We got a great sound again. I mean, just imagine this. Just knocking around your yard, moving some bales, moving some pallets, that sort of thing. Just doing the general yard work. That is awesome. Right, next up is the CLAAS TUCANO 580. This is by Hispano, 55.64 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under harvesters. Now, it's got a 381 horsepower engine, 18 mile an hour top speed, and an 11,000 litre grain tank, and it's going to cost you 348 grand to buy. You do have the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, Vredestein, and then back to Trelleborg again. There's a couple of different ones in here as well. You've got some standards. There's some twins knocking around, or did I just imagine it? Potentially. You then got your main colour, which is going to be, do you know what? Let's go for that. It's going to do those bits. The design colour, do you know what? We're going to match it up. It's going to do, now we're talking. Design colour again. We'll go over red. Just break it up a little bit. Oh, that is looking great. And then rim colours, obviously going to do the rims. I think we should leave it. Look at that grey on red. That is looking awesome. Now, obviously, with this, you are going to need something to go on the front of it. And you've got this, the old CLAAS Vario 770, 7.7 metre working width, 6 mile an hour working speed, 45 grand to buy. And then you've got the same options to match it up. Yes, indeed. We'll leave that red. We'll do the end bit. Design colour. There you are. End bits are dark grey as well. So the second design colour is going to be real. Imagine that on the front of that harvester. And there's also part of this pack is going to be the old header trailer. Now again, you can match the colour up, no problem. It's going to cost you a touch under 8 grand if you don't fancy carting your harvester header around. And look at the state of that out in the wild. That looks awesome. I mean, the grey on the red, that looks brilliant. That really does. Our last mod for the day is the CLAAS LEXION 8900-5300. This is by FS25, 60.49 megabyte on the download, and you've got two versions. You've got an EU and a US, and they've both got the same horsepower. They've both got the same grainage tank, so obviously you go for whichever area of the world that you're closest to. So I'm going to go for the EU because I'm in the UK. So it's got a 313 horsepower engine, 24 mile an hour top speed, and a 9,000 litre grainage tank for 324 grand. Although we have got the optional extras. Let's get rid of those. No, we can't. Got to get off that one. There we are. So your standard version is going to be with your tyres. So then you've got your options to change it up. So 354 horsepower and 10,000 litre grain tank. Then we go to 408 horsepower with 11,000 grain tank. You then go back to 354. Okay, and then we're carrying on 408 again. So we're now on to the 6700. Right, so 462 horsepower with 12,500 litre grain tank. And then we go 507 with a 13,500 litre. And then back to 408 with a 10,000 litre. Man, there's a lot of different options. So let's let's back out and we'll go into it again. So we start off 313 horsepower, 9,000 litres. And then we can go all the way up to 790 horsepower with 18,000 litres. And basically everything in between. Right, fair enough. Now, from your tyre options, you got your Trelleborg, you got your Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, and then CLAAS, which I think we should go for because you've got your TerraTrack, you've got some slightly wider TerraTrack ones like that, and the TerraTrack 2. That's the original ones. Now go for the TerraTrack 2. There we are. Stored distribution width on the back. So you've got 6 metre, 7 metre, 8 metre, 9 metre, 10 metre, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Wow. 16 metres. So that goes from a 6 metre spread width on the old straw distribution all the way up to 16. Don't know why we need that many, but okay, fair enough. Then you've got ladders. You've got your standard. You've got your foldable or standard. You've got beacon light. So you've got your double flash there on the front. Yes, they are. So you've got double flash. And then back to your standard field scanner. So you've got no or yes. Oh, it puts that on there. All right, fair enough. I like that. Numbering. So we go from number 1. And that's going to go all the way up to number 9. Unloading spout. So we've got standard. We've got new unloading spout or standard. It's a more squared off version. All right, fair enough. Then you've got pipe. So we've got 330mm. XL, XXL, 3XL, 4XL, and then back to L. So isn't that small? Then that's like extra large. It is what it is. That being said, though, I mean, great harvester with track. Always go with the tracks. If you've got the option, tracks makes it better. Now, this doesn't come with any harvester headers, so you will need to fit one to it, but there's plenty in the game, so you shouldn't have much problem with it. A few updates as well. It's got the JCB Fast Track 8000 Icon by Ross & Mods, the JCB Fast Track 4000 Icon by Ross & Mods, the Fendt 1000 Vario Series by Paul, the Lizard Trek 600, the Jens Hem 922 DQ Cobra Hybrid by HR Force and Fargzoid Bell, the Man TGS 18 Series by V Agri, and the Lizard 44202 5557 by Axery.